Happy Sunday, Tampa Bay. We're with you for another week to talk about the local real estate market here on the Duncan Duo show. Joined today by Mike Corrigan with Cross Country Mortgage, Angela Duncan of the Duncan Duo, and We Insure Tampa Bay, as well as Scott Wickert with the South Tampa YMCA. And we want to start this first segment talking about community, because I think that's a lot of what we focus on. But a lot about things we do with the Tampa Bay YMCA and the South Tampa YMCA specifically. And I know you guys have a lot of initiatives and things going on right now to raise awareness. A lot of people sometimes forget that the YMCA is a charity. It is an organization that needs a lot of community support. And so Scott, I wanted to just let you start off by just talking about some of the things the Y has going on right now for the community in South Tampa.
Sure, Andrew. Thanks for having me back. It's always a pleasure to be here. Yeah. So. Last Thursday, we actually were featured on on WFLA. There was actually a TV shoot that was done at South Tampa for our enhanced fitness program.
Yeah, I saw something on social media about that too.
Yeah, exactly. And enhanced fitness is actually for arthritis sufferers. So we have 4 healthy living initiatives, enhanced fitness being one of them. And the 4 that I'm about to mention, they're evidence-based programs. So there's consistency that there's proof that if you do certain sort of exercises, it's going to help whatever you're going through. So
right.
Obviously enhanced arthritis can be all throughout your entire body. So there's a lot of different types of exercises that our wellness staff will put you through. And obviously that's being featured this past Thursday. For anyone that may have seen it, there's actually a woman, a great story. There's a woman who unfortunately has been in a wheelchair for quite a long time, and her physician had indicated that she probably would never walk again. I would say about a month ago, she actually had the courage and the strength to stand up.
Oh, that's
awesome! It was phenomenal.
Very cool.
She was highlighted in this shoot, and hopefully people were able to see it. The other 3 that we have is Live Strong. It's through our Cancer Survivor Program, where we provide membership for cancer survivors and their families. Obviously, if they're going through the fight of their life, last thing we want them to have to worry about is, how do I pay about getting healthy again?
Right.
So we have a 12-week program for that. Diabetes prevention, unfortunately, that's a #1 killer for all people, as well as pedaling for Parkinson's. We have an 8-week program where if you get on a bike 30 minutes for a couple days a week, it will significantly impact for the good for your tremors and everything that you deal with.
It's interesting because I think when we talk about community, I want to talk about the real estate community for a minute, because I think real estate agents and mortgage loan people are some of the unhealthiest people out there. We just and I think Angela and I have taken a special focus the last several years, but went through years where we didn't work out, we didn't watch what we ate, and you kind of when you're self-employed. So speaking to all the realtors out there, all the loan officers, when you're self-employed, your business kind of never really stops. There's people calling you, emailing you nonstop. And it's hard to get the discipline and the time management to be able to put that phone down, block the time, and get to the gym. And so, unfortunately, there's a lot of real estate agents, and we talk about this in our own company, working 60, 70 hours a week and not getting that healthy exercise. And that leads to so many other problems. And so, that is, I think it's commonplace for entrepreneurs to be, like that, because they get so focused, they're so driven on their passion, on what they're doing, and then some of the other stuff kind of falls by the wayside. And so, as an industry, there's definitely been a push on health and wellness and safety. Safety is a big thing for the real estate industry right now, but health and wellness is too, because we in the industry, we don't do a good job with that. You don't hear, like, I know from corporate America, they would have, it almost was like a monthly discussion about health, and they'd have all kinds of initiatives, but you don't really hear a lot of real estate broker owners talking to their people about, hey, you got to get healthy. You got to, look, you can sell as many houses as you want, but if you're not taking care of yourself, you ain't going to do it very long, So
one of the good
definitely a
things
big
about
push.
the Y being able to work out there is the vending machines. You guys have like healthy snacks in there and healthy drinks in there, so if you can find the time to get to the gym, maybe in the middle of the day during your lunch break, you can at least get a healthy snack versus like stopping by McDonald's or something like that.
And the why, I think, again, obviously we've been members for a long time and supporters of a long time, and all the things you guys do in the community. And I think a lot of people forget, they see it and they think it's like like another competing gym. And yes, it does compete with those, but it's coming from a different perspective. It's more entrenched in the community. It's more charitable in nature. You have, you can't go to some of these gyms and say, hey, I lost my job. I need some help. I want to keep my membership, but I don't have enough money. You can't. I'm not going to name the other gyms, but you can't go in there and say that and get help. You can at the Y, and I think that's one of the things that kind of pays it forward to the community that gets lost sometimes. I've played basketball there, for a decade. And I see kids come in, and I know some of the troubled situations they're in, and it's kind of cool to be able to mentor and maybe have some conversations with kids that you may not be able to do at another gym because they might not be able to become members.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually have about 10% of our total membership that receives some sort of financial assistance.
That's
So, as you mentioned, you guys have been
That's
long-time
awesome.
supporters, and obviously it's very appreciative of us. But looking at this past summer, we had probably a good 10 to 12% of campers that were on some sort of scholarship, and they just would not be able to be there without the support of our local community. You mentioned, obviously a lot of kids. We're a YMCA, we're a youth organization. One of the things that we do every first and third Friday is we have Parents' Night Out. This is an opportunity for kids that are, looking for something to do, date night for mom and dad or whomever,
no doubt.
ages 5 to 12, they can come in and for free with their family membership, and they can come in and go swimming, do group games, do arts and crafts, gymnastics, a slew of things every other week. It changes.
Yeah.
So, we have up to 80 kids that we have in there every other Friday. We do ask that you pre-register, so if you have kids,
So you guys have an idea of how many people are going to show up.
Exactly. So we do have spots for up to 80 kids every first and third Friday.
That's awesome, and I think that speaking of the all the kids that you guys help and all the people that are members, if you're not a Y member and you're a really good basketball player, please become a prospective member and message me, because we're looking for more people for my basketball team. No, in all reality, I've played there for a long time, and the team I play on, we're a great group of guys. But there's always there can always be more people show up. So open gym I know is Monday nights pretty consistently, and Thursday nights it seems like now. So if you are a basketball player, it's a pretty good run. There's a lot of ex-college and high school, a couple of ex-pro players, a couple of ex-NFL players play there. So definitely a lot of fun for anyone out there that is a hooper. So Mike, speaking about what you guys do with community, obviously the YMCA is a big partner of ours, and we've done a lot of things. Cross country's got a great reputation for their involvement in the community. I think when you're a locally operated business like both of ours are, helping out the community is it just becomes second nature. It's like it's what you have to do. It's a moral normality.
Yeah. It's a necessity, and you got to be able to give back into the community. And we locally here, and the timing for this conversation is great. It's Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah.
And we partner with an organization called BeatNB, which is beat neuroblastoma, which is a common childhood cancer. They just had their largest event last Friday, called Gold, and we partnered with them, and it's something that hits home to us. One of our employees, a guy I've worked with for over 10 years, his daughter was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma about 5 years ago, and they met these people at BeatNB, Kyle and Robin Matthews, and because of some of the trial drugs that they're on, she's healthy today, and now
That's
she's
awesome.
a thriving young cancer-free girl, and it's just super cool, and it's something that touches our heart and that we're a part of. And we do runs with them. We've been the title sponsor of their charity. We find different ways to raise money, because cancer's awful.
Yep.
For everybody. Cancer in kids.
Yeah, our company president, Robert Johnson, my right-hand guy, who isn't here today on the show, but his son, Tyler Johnson, is a, pediatric cancer survivor from a few years ago. And I remember the Lightning did a bunch of really cool stuff for him, and so...
Well, Ryan Callahan was there at the event last weekend,
awesome.
And his foundation that he started came through a lot of this sort of stuff, and Ryan's a great guy, and
they just did like the White Night Out or something, the White Party or something.
Yeah,
We got invited to that,
NDBs,
but couldn't make it.
Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
it's you're right. It's important to be a part of the community, and I think especially you mentioned the mortgage and the real estate and taking care of ourselves, and the stuff to hear about the Y is a great reminder. That's more than just a gym, right?
Yeah.
They do so many other things. The story you tell about a lady to be able to stand up. That's just incredible. It's heartwarming stuff to hear, and it's awesome.
What other things going on with the Y? Anything else exciting besides my basketball team winning a 4P championship?
Yeah, congratulations.
Had to get that in there.
Yeah,
I had
of
to.
course.
Well, yeah, actually, obviously, with the Duncan Duo being a huge support of ours. We have recently partnered with you guys. We have a new residential special going on. So for any new residents in the area that have purchased homes through the Duncan Duo, they will be receiving a gift certificate for a free waiver of the joiner fee. So if anybody is interested in joining South Tampa Y, please redeem that certificate, and we'd be
Awesome.
happy to welcome you into our family.
Yeah, and we love doing that. And I think, you know, it's funny because, you know, we had a conversation in our office this week about, you know, when you're buying or selling a home, there's an expectation sometimes from customers to get a gift at closing. And so a few years ago, we decided to abandon the idea of giving them a bottle of wine or a cutlery set with our name on it or something. It's going to get thrown in a drawer and not paid attention to. And so we've made it a focus of ours to reach out to community partners, to do parties like we do at Amalie Arena, to do meet and greets with players, to send a bunch of customers to games, and to provide, you know, free opportunities at the Y that they couldn't get without working with us. So we're going to provide them more of an experience, you know, instead of just something that they're going to, you know, forget about. So something like that, you know, that we do with the Y to help save a customer money, you know, as well as providing them that opportunity is more of an experience and something that we'd rather do than giving them some cutlery that they're gonna, you know, forget about in a few months. So we make that an initiative. So it aligns really well with our values of kind of giving people something more valuable than just, you know, throwing something in a drawer, you know. And so we were talking on our team and you know, about some of the stuff that we're going to be doing with the Lightning this year. You know, we got some cool stuff. Hockey season's almost here,
Right.
and I can't talk about all of it yet, but there is some really cool stuff that our customers and past customers are going to get. So Scott, you'll be there, and obviously I know you're going to be there. And I don't know if Angela will be there. I might keep her away. She seems to think the hockey players are really cute. So I gotta do something. You know?
Yeah.
I'm just glad Ben Bishop got traded because, you know, she might have offed me for Ben Bishop. So.
Never.
All right. Anything else, Scott? Y initiatives going on? Anything else important?
Well, just some family events coming up. We actually have, for the next 4 months, we have an event every month. We have our Boo Bash coming up. It's a Halloween festivity on October 19th, being Saturday.
I think you guys have PDQ coming to that again this year.
PDQ actually they're a great partner as well, and they're actually going to be coming to all 4 of our special events.
That's awesome.
So
I'm going there for lunch because I have for my birthday. I have a free meal, so I got to go take advantage of that.
For November 9th, we're actually doing a cardboard regatta. This is something new that we've not done before, where families can build a cardboard boat, if you will, and we're going to have races in our pool. We're doing a flick and float that night. I think we're going to be playing Moana, which would be obviously right with the theme. Goody Goody Race, obviously that's a staple that we do every year, and Thanksgiving morning. So that's going to be runsignup.com. I do want to throw that out there for anyone that's interested in registering. Breakfast with Santa, December 14th, and of course our Part Invasion with the famous Gasparilla.
Awesome.
Coming up in January.
Very cool. Well, Scott, thank you so much for coming on, talking about community with us, and we're going to be back after a quick break here on the Duncan Duo Show.